You've been subjected to a highly sophisticated form of propaganda.
It's just what you need, and not what you don't.
Yes, and here I am. You know, there's an old line from Tom Waits' song back when he used to drink. You know, and you know his classic years. You know, and the line goes something like, "Ambulance drivers don't give a shit; they just want to get off work." Right. And you know, unfortunately, the same could be said today. And a lot of people aren't going to like this, for doctors and healthcare workers. And that's the truth. You know? And I don't care, you know. I mean, first of all, half of these guys coming in with these so-called degrees that we don't even know where they are. They're paying somebody in a foreign country to give them a piece of paper and put them on a list in case somebody calls to verify that they went to law school or law school too, yeah, but to medical school. But yeah. So I'm going to start this story off with my story. The title of this show is ROCKFLUX Live, October 27th, 2021. We don't know if it really is 2021. And sometimes you can't win for losing. All right. And it says, say something in the chat. And I said, say what? Said Captain. Said what? The title card today is My Worst Nightmare Realized. Look at that. That's my mouth, actually. Well, anyway, since this is the Tony Caravan Live worldwide vlog, all right, you know, we might as well get into this thing. But the question is, before I start ranting on that, should we go through let's go through the
Weather Watch forecast.
And here's the Earth view from NOAA, CONUS satellite. CONUS, low Earth orbit. Look at the curvature of the Earth there, you flat Earth fools, you idiots. Imagine the idea that there are actually millions of people to show you how dumb people are. You know, it's like, you know, not enough people criticize people for their stupidity. You know, it's one thing if you are born mentally deficient. That's a different thing. That's a medical condition. All right. But there's no excuse for just the half of these zombie, stupidios, or whatever you want to call them. Idiots. Wandering around, walking around, watching work on Twitter and Facebook. That's right. Facebook, Twitter, social media, watching the nightly news, jacking off to frickin' morning new women on frickin' network TV and nightly news, fantasizing, movies, a bunch of losers. But what am I? Well, I'm separate and above all that stuff. I'm sorry. All right. Well, I'm not even going to get into it. Anyway, thank God the tornado warnings have been lifted, I believe, in the Oklahoma City area, metro area at least. They had some rough going down that way. We hope our buddy Tattoo didn't have any damage to his property down that way. He's somewhere down there. I don't know if he's still in that area or not. I don't know. Where the heck are the Ozarks? Anyway, it looks like it's going to be a little bit clearer, though there's those weird blue clouds, whatever the hell they are, showing up in Ohio Valley. But you can see in a midsection, from western Texas, darling, all the way up to the Canadian border, there's like this thing of clouds. I guess is eventually going to head east. And in northwest, upper northwest, there's I don't know, some cloud action. Probably snowing in some of those higher elevations for all I know. Usually it starts snowing by then. And there's a little swirl off the coast and some assorted clouds down in the southern portion in that mystery state. The mystery state. I still can't think about it. You know, I've mentally blocked the name of that state. I don't know what it is. Coffee's hot. This will be the last hybrid of Kona and 100% Colombian. You know. But yeah, I do apologize if I insulted you.
Good morning.
And the weather in my neck of the woods, for anyone here locally who has somehow, like, found me, right, somehow secretly, it's 45 degrees outside, and it's going to be cloudy for the better part of the day. There's a 20% chance of, you know, some kind of precipitation. I hope it doesn't do anything. High today's 55, the low 39. This might be the first it dipped into the 30s. So I think this is it. Yeah, tomorrow it's going to go up to 60 and the low 50. So you figure that out. And then the rain comes back in earnest Friday. 100% chance of rain Friday. 70 on Saturday. It's just going to rain through the weekend. So it looks like the weekend looks bad. So in effect, that's for my neck of the woods. It's the
Weekend weather.
But the other, for the rest of you guys, that CONUS NOAA satellite view, that's
The Weather Watch forecast.
And I hope that helped you. All right. Because that satellite picture was, you know, nearly live. That's pretty much what it looks like out there. I like to bring you stuff live. You know, the best I can. You know, in the background, everything seems a little darker, like you could barely make out my skull, you know, back there. Of course, I guess that doesn't really matter all that much when you have an actual skull picture. A human skull. I'm not sure what those white things are, as if they were some kind of fillings on those teeth. I guess they are. This is like some kind of stretched out thing. I didn't think I had that many fillings. And you could see like a missing spot there where I had a tooth yanked. Supposedly, allegedly, well, we're going to get into that a little bit later. Maybe this be afraid thing is still a little too dark. So let me take the filter down. I mean, I don't know how much of an opacity you could take a thing to before it almost becomes downright invisible. I don't know why that skull isn't lit up better, though. It's kind of weird. It's almost like I should have a candle. I kind of screwed up. I should have a candle burning back there. Because this room does have this tendency to have a... this house has been smelling a little musty. I haven't been down in the basement in a while. I hope another pipe or something didn't like burst because of the construction. But yeah, as you know, I've been dealing with this. I went to the dentist yesterday. All right. And that's the whole idea about these doctors and medical professionals. I had a so-called argument. Well, not so-called. I guess I was arguing with the dental hygienist. Look at my teeth. They insisted upon cleaning it. I don't know what this one. This is like a thing here. Is that a piece of food? Shouldn't be. Anyway, we have to give you. It cost me $200. I got the receipt here somewhere. I don't think there's any personal information here other than my name. Well, it doesn't really matter. The point of the matter is the price. Let's see if we can get it on there. That's the wrong frickin' side. How'd that even happen? How could you pick something up? It's one thing for the screen to be backwards, but how do you pick something up backwards? $262. All right? For these various things. All right? 262. Okay. So you ready for this story? This is a vlog, worldwide vlog. Does that picture freak you out? Well, that's what I actually wanted to happen yesterday, believe it or not. And it didn't. You know. It didn't. Okay, so we'll get into that in a second, too. What's this grow room nonsense? Nothing. All right. I've been neglecting showing you pictures of my grow room and everything else. So I go to the dentist yesterday. I have to walk uphill in the rain without an umbrella. All right. Okay. The sole purpose is I could have went to this oral surgeon down what they call downtown, because I live on the outskirts of town. But instead I thought I'd try this dentist, in the area up the road. I could walk to, more or less. I mean, it wasn't a short walk, but it was walkable, and it was uphill all the way, which sucked, and it was raining. And including in this, she's a dentist, and she's also qualified, I guess, for oral surgery, so she yanks tooth. Extractions was listed among her services. So I go in this place, go through the usual, COVID nonsense. Like, when the fuck is that gonna fucking end? All right? Yeah, when the fuck is it going to fucking end? Right? Isn't enough enough? Aren't you sick? Everybody's sick of that? Or are there people like cheerleading it on, like they love it? There are, just like there are witches. There are witches. There are. It's a Star Trek line. Star Trek. There are witches. There are. Yeah, I know they're witches. I used to know one. I fucked one. They're witches. They're nice. I used to have some friends who were witches. Good witches. Are you a good witch or are you a bad witch? They claimed they were good witches. I have no reason to argue with them. It was many, many years ago. There are witches. There are. You're not going to find many shows like this, on the internet. Speaking of which, this Dave Rubin sold locals to Rumble. And I've heard of Rumble, but I don't know what it was. I meant to look at it and figure it out. I hope it's not going to mess up, because I wanted to start doing some live feeds on locals so I could be a little more free, because who knows, maybe after today's show. It's like, when the fuck is this thing going to be over? It's 2 years now, right? It's been 2 years. It's over 2 years. That's according, to, government officials. Have you seen that documentary, Sky News, or someone else was interviewing, basically former intelligence people, State Department, CIA, and the head of intelligence, U.S. intelligence, from last year. And they admitted that they knew that in all likelihood, and basically towards the end of it basically said, yes, that this was produced in Wuhan, right? And it was a weaponized thing, but they just, but the idea is they still, pushing this story like it was accidentally released. But the point is that the U.S. intelligence agencies knew about this, the Chinese knew about it, and the WHO knew about this prior to like last summer. So this is like, not last summer. Yeah, last summer. No, 2 summers ago, 19. That's why it's called COVID-19. So this is like over 2 years old. This is over 2 years old. And you're telling me, okay, now what I don't understand is, and I know people like they mince their words about certain things about stuff like this, but I'm not saying anything pro, con, or anything. I'm just reporting the news. This is a personal vlog. Now, I went to pick up a prescription later. I'm talking backwards because I had to get it. I just took 2 pills. And that's a whole nother nightmare that we're about to get into. Because I'm very disappointed. I got like amoxicillin or something like that. All right. And like I say about these doctors. So anyway, I'm down there and it says flu shots $5. Oh, you get $5 off your groceries if you get a flu shot, today or something. At the pharmacy I was at, because it's in a supermarket, like a lot of them are. Nowadays. Like that phrase, nowadays. So I'm thinking, well, what's in that fucking flu shot? And what happened to SARS-CoV-1? Like when I got I got a SARS test and I tested negative. Or, COVID test. And it said SARS-CoV-2. Right? Because this is a novel version of SARS. Right? Because it was a gain of function funded by Fauci, in the Wuhan lab. They pretty much, that's like come out now. You could actually see government officials, on record. Fauci, of course, he's lied to Congress, but they won't do anything to him. Comey lied to Congress, and he's he's on CNN's payroll, so it shows you that much. Okay, so the thing's over. This is over 2 years old, maybe 2.5 years old. All right, gain of function created in a bioweapons lab. All right. And its technical name is SARS-CoV-2. But there's SARS-CoV-1. Okay? Now, there's also H1N1, right? And then there's this, people get flu shots every year. Okay. Now, these are all influenzas. They admit that. They may use the word say this is a novel one. Right, but they don't deny that COVID is it's an influenza virus, right? But it's novel in the way it causes some kind of, cyto whatever storm in your, and stuff, and like this Delta variant is, catchy like the measles or something. Right? Nobody's arguing with that. Okay, so that's what they say. I don't know. For some reason, I'm immune to the whole damn thing. All right? I've been around 1 million people. I wear a handkerchief. Sometimes I don't wear a handkerchief. And every time I get tested, I test negative. Right? So whatever. All it is to me is a fucking goddamn annoyance. And it just points out the fact that how our medical industry is useless in this country. Right? And that it's probably not the year 2021. It's probably the year 1814 or something. I don't know what the fuck, but it's something like that. I was trying to talk about that in the show. This whole thing we have in front of us, this veil of, the future is just a lie. I mean, it actually, I forget, it could be we could be 700 years off. What would that take us back to? Oh, yeah, the 1500s. It's the 1500s. No wonder they can't fucking cure this thing. Right? It's the goddamn Middle Ages. People don't understand when I talk about that. The people who control history, right, they control you. All that you think and hear, right? It's like that thing I have. I might as well listen to it again. All the fucking traffic out there again. Where is this thing? Today's going to be an interesting show. I mean, if people who like to have...
Or sharpen it to crystal clarity. For the next...
Listen to this. As many of you have in the past. And this says it all.
Clarity. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. We repeat.
Let's repeat that too.
We will control all that you see and hear.
We will control all that you see and hear. Yeah, that should be your reaction to that. How do you know it's not the year 1521? Think about it. How do you know? Right? How would your parents know? How would your grandparents know? How would your great-grandparents know? How would your great-great-great-grandparents know? Right? They wouldn't. You have no idea what year it is. You only look, you don't know what you don't know, like I have up here. All right? And I'm pushing you and saying everything you know is wrong. Or could be. Maybe not. I know for one thing, game over. All right? So let me continue with this story. So anyway, yeah, you get $5 off your grocery if you get a flu shot. The fuck is that influenza shot? The flu is short for influenza. It's like pop is short for popular. Pop culture, right? That's like a cult. Is that short for culture? He's part of a culture. Cult. Pop culture. Pop cult? Maybe that's a new one that we should create here. Because that's what we're living in, a pop cult. Right? Like teeth. Like a horse or something. And the title card that you saw. It's kind of stretched out because they go around, It's kind of scary, though, really, if you think about it.
Scream.
Yeah. So there I am with my tongue up this... Okay, no. So there I am walking up the street in the rain to a dentist to have a tooth pulled that's causing me agony and I'm in extreme pain. And my human body is telling me, like it does, that thing needs to come out. Take it out. Pull it out. Right? Your body tells you these things. Right? No different than it tells you that you need to go to the bathroom or blow your nose or something. Right? Or scratch an itch. Right? You never think about that either. You know, it's like the bioelectric brain. So the tooth is saying, pull this thing out, man. It's bad. It's a bad tooth. It's rotten. It's gone. It's gonzoed. All right? That metal, I lost those metal things too somewhere because yesterday was a traumatic experience. So I had those metal things. You have to go back to an old show where I showed them. They're gone now. I lost them. Yeah, I could cry. You know? I lost my metal fillings. The sons of bitches. Sons of lawyers, sons of bitches. What song's that from? You know? Motherfuckers. So there I am with my tongue up this. No, I'm walking up the street. All right? In the rain with a fucking toothache. Beyond toothaches. The tooth. It's got to yang out. The tooth. The fucking tooth, man. The tooth. All right? I decided to go to the dentist. All right? I'm going to deal with this thing. The tooth. The tooth. The tooth. Right? So I go through all this COVID stuff. Now, what happened to SARS-CoV-1, H1N1, or is that part of the flu virus? But why is there a new flu virus every year? And why is there a flu virus this year? Okay? My worst nightmare realized. I quit out a mail. Let's see what this guy did. Somebody sent me a message. I hate texting and messaging. Yes, do it, please. Okay. I hope you understand it. I'm not the one that's supposed to be doing this thing. You're supposed to be the one doing this thing. In case you ever watch these things. Okay, so there's a flu shot, influenza. So what's going on? You know? So why wouldn't this year's shot be the SARS-CoV-2? Where's SARS-CoV-1? Where's H1? Where's H1N1? Did they just disappear? And what's the annual flu shot? And why is it different every year? Like, nobody ever asks these questions. See, I'm just asking a question. I'm not making a statement. I'm not a medical profession. I'm fucking nobody. Okay? I'm fucking nobody. I'm just some guy who wrote 10 fucking books, 50 fucking songs, and has 500 fucking movies. All right? Literally fucking 2-hour movies. Right? So fuck you. Yeah, who the fuck am I? Yeah, what is that? What's going on with that? Why has nobody ever asked a question about that? Like, what the fuck, man? This thing's 2.5 years fucking old. It was created in a bioweapons lab with gain of function, funded by U.S. taxpayers. A guy named Fauci who's not in leg irons yet. And like the intelligence people who are in charge of intelligence agencies like Comey and stuff like that are like paid fucking, by news organizations like CN fucking N or whatever, however it is, whatever their real name is, C fucking NN, or is it CN fucking N? What is it? I don't know which one it is. C the fucking N? Yeah. Oh yeah, I see the fucking N. The C stands for Comey now. So there I am with my tongue up this. No, I'm walking up the street in the frickin' rain. All right? With this fucking tooth All right? That's saying, pull me the fuck out, man. I'm fucking that fucking piece of metal that you showed people that you no longer have because you lost in the fucking insanity that you're about to hear. Caused this tooth to just rot out because of some quack fucking dentist from when you were a kid. And like I say, fuck the medical profession. All right? There's some good doctors. I know a couple of good doctors. Really good doctors. Like, they care. But they're a dying breed. It's like I knew some good nurses. They're a dying breed. And if they're not dying, they're quitting. I told you a story about I went down to one of these hospitals, and it was Kitty City. The intern doctor who was on duty at the ER was a kid in his 20s. He didn't fucking know anything of nothing. And the nurses there were all like girls in their 20s. They were like silly girls. There wasn't a single person who had any medical like experience. Because they either all quit or they just, they don't want to work there. People don't want to fucking work anymore and go put up with this bullshit. You know, this 2.5 year fucking, charade with this fucking craziness. So I get up into place and I go through all this fucking COVID crap and I can't breathe out of my fucking mask. They got these air cleaners and all these things, air scrubbers, all this. That's all you fucking need, man. It's like I said, I said this a year ago. Supermarkets and stores and all these places, all they needed to do was fucking put in fucking, filters that would, filter out microscopic microbes, And we have that technology, even if it is 1521. Again, so I'm sitting there. Anyway, I finally get in. I did my paperwork online because I know how to do that shit, just like you probably do. If you don't, you should. Now, when I go to an appointment, I don't have to worry about anything because I fill everything out in advance. So I'm there. And I have to wait. And I have to lift up my mask. Because I wore one of the doctor's type masks up there. Because I figured, that's the kind of shit that they want. As opposed to just my bandana. So they take me back to this room. I didn't realize this place is bigger than it was. They got themselves a little mini clinic in there. All right? And my eyes were opening up. There's some old timer, a real old timer. Guy looked older than I did. I don't know. Maybe he's the same age as me. Looked like an old fucking man. All right? And he's in some fucking chair with somebody doing something to him. So I go back. They sit me down in one of these fucking, reclining fucking whatever chairs. And I proceed and say, I don't want a cleaning. I don't need a teeth cleaning. My teeth are clean. I never had a teeth cleaning in my life. I never flossed in my entire life. And I never intend to have a teeth cleaning ever again in the future. And I will never floss. Okay? I made it this far. I got other things. I ain't worried about that shit. There's a fucking bad tooth on the side of my mouth. I don't need the fucking thing. Pull the bastard out. Anyway, this woman was one of these leftover or something or other. And apparently, I guess she's been with this doctor for 20 years. So the two of them, she left the room at one point. So the two of them must have got together and said, this guy's a male chauvinist pig or something. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what, but I mean, Whatever stupid type of talk that people that can't grasp reality talk about when they're confronted with somebody who's a dynamic character. And I had taken a chill pill before I went. It wasn't like I was arguing or yelling or being mean. In fact, I was even apologetic at one point. I said, you're doing your job. I'm just stating the fact that this is, my feelings on these matters. I didn't come here for a cleaning and an x-ray. I just came here for a yank. If you want to take a simple x-ray of that tooth, the tooth, that's fine. I guess I could put up with a little radiation. Okay, so here's what transpires. They end up taking this fucking ridiculous thing, okay, which becomes the title card. This is a full circular fucking around the head fucking thing that creates this panorama x-ray of your fucking teeth. Yeah, humans look pretty weird. All right. A little bit like Michael Jackson there. The nose. All he had left was like the skull of, I'm like, okay, great. Just what I needed after having a CT scan of my fucking skull a month ago and a full body CT scan like a month prior to that. Guy who had cancer operation. And 2 CT scans prior to that, which my cancer doctor wasn't even aware that they had given me one of them. And then it sent me to get an MRI instead because he was a Johns Hopkins guy and he knew his shit. But at that point, it was too late. I basically am either a superhero or I glow in the dark or I'm going to fucking just die tomorrow. So, okay, they give me that. And then proceed to do this teeth cleaning thing. And I'm like going forward with this thing because that's like my idea is, okay, so after you do this, you get the results of the x-ray. You can see the tooth. All right. Do your fucking cleaning fucking thing. Gonna charge me whatever the fucking number is. Use fucking numbers. $262. All right. I think originally it was higher, but I was bitching at him. I said, give me the minimal thing. If you got to do it, just do the basics. I get pain behind my eye. A searing, itching pain in my brain from too much, radiation. Motherfuckers. So, now, that's what let's see, daily photo. No, that's that. Okay, news. Let me put this under news. Yeah, I have this. Let me see if I can. So I have to further let you know where is this thing? I know I made a copy of it yesterday. I think it's called, it would have been business card. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah. All right. All right. Here, this is like the appointment business card. I don't know what all this shit is. Okay. Her whole office has got this tropical look to it. So this is business card. I scanned this in black and white. It's not in color. I should have scanned it in color because I could have. So this gets into it. My next appointment is on the 22nd of November, but we'll get into that later. But this would be the top part. I blackened out her name, okay, and her address and phone number because I respect people's privacy even if they're fucking assholes. So above the word gentle dentistry, that's why I'm showing you this, is this doctor's name. And below it is her address and phone number. And then her name is repeated again over on the left-hand side that I have blacked out. The key, operative word here is gentle dentistry. Okay? General dentistry. So I'm getting this teeth cleaning, which I've never had a teeth cleaning in my entire fucking life. I don't need one. I brush my teeth. All right? I've shown you my teeth before. It was a fucking nightmare experience. It was fucking painful. She's digging in under the gums and stuff. I said to her, now, you know, I said, this is like a lifetime of, you know, whatever buildup or whatever you're scraping off or trying to scrape off or something isn't why I came here. All right? I said, are my teeth going to be sensitive? Am I not going to be able to eat ice cream or cold drinks or something? Well, it's possible. I go, what do you mean it's possible? In other words, I'm coming to you for a problem and you're going to send me away and I'm going to start having sensitivity? Well, you could take Sensodyne to use Sensodyne toothpaste. I mean, this is real. Could you fucking believe it? That's what was her response. Well, you could use, they have Sensodyne toothpaste. You can use that. So stop worshiping people who are doctors. They're just fucking people, and these and nurses and fucking healthcare workers and fucking dental hygienists. They're just fucking people, and like most people, there's a lot of fucking assholes and morons walking around this fucking planet. Well, you could take Sensodyne. In other words, you're fucking up my mouth and saying that after this fucking painful procedure, by the way, I'm coming here because I'm in pain and you're causing more pain in other parts of my mouth and telling me when I leave here, I'll probably never be able to drink a fucking cold drink or have an ice cream or a hot cup of coffee or whatever the fuck. And I should take Sensodyne, switch to Sensodyne toothpaste and it's got fluoride and who knows what else in it. Fuck you. Well, it's too late now. She's fucking digging my mouth apart. Okay, all said and done. Fine, great. You know, this stupid image is posted up on a thing in the room. The doctor comes in and says, yeah, that tooth has like a... You know, it's like it looks like it has an abscess or something in it. Yeah, I go, I know. It needs to be yanked. It needs to be taken out. Oh, I can't take it out. I got to put you on penicillin. All right, well, give me the one pill. Right? You know, they have that. They have antibiotics. It's like one pill and you're out. Right? Oh, no. You got to take it for 10 days. Well, are you going to take the tooth out? No, I can't take it out. Well, when can you take? When are you going to take? Well, actually, once you're on it, just for a couple of days on the antibiotics, we could take the tooth out. All right. So I'm thinking, all right, fuck, it's a nightmare. I just want to fucking go home. I got 2 prescriptions. She gives me like ibuprofen 600. I said, look, I was in so much pain the other night, I was taking Motrin 2 Motrin 800s. That's the equivalent of 1,600 milligrams. And you're giving me ibuprofen 600, which is the equivalent of like almost 2 baby aspirins. You know, you got to be fucking kidding me. So I go to the woman to check out and pay my fucking $262, which I don't even fucking have, for nothing. And my mouth is like, right? I go to the dentist. I'm in pain. This is fucking gentle dentistry. And this woman gives me fucking an appointment. Says the earliest appointment we have is November 22nd. You can forget about having a fucking turkey dinner, right? If you have a tooth extraction in the in the 22nd, right? you know, is you're not gonna be chewing any fucking, uh, turkey meat, when you had just had a tooth extracted, big stuffing that you're gonna need to do some good chewing of that meat, like the medieval days, which it is. It's 15 fucking 21. I said, well, the doctor said she could pull a tooth in a couple days. Well, the doctor doesn't know her own schedule. The only earliest availability we have is the 22nd of November. It's like the 27th of October. Well, no, it was the 26th. Today's the 27th of October. Basically, you're talking almost a month away. And then I said to her, well, next week I'll be done this 10-day regimen of antibiotics. What's to say that, this infection isn't going to come redevelop within 3 weeks? Well, it's possible that could happen. Well, then what? Then on the 22nd, if they won't be able to take the tooth out? Do you see the hypocrite? You see these people who have jobs don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they contradict themselves. Man. So I go out in the rain, walk home. I've got 2 prescriptions that they supposedly called down, but she was getting a busy signal. She said, well, I'll leave a message on their answering machine at the pharmacy, which is another mile, basically a 2-mile round trip. I'm on foot. It's raining. But my house is so I go in my house. I'm like, fucking A. I open up, there's some bag they gave me. And in this bag is, let me get rid of this stupid thing, oh, looky, I got an Oral-B toothbrush for $262, a thing of floss, which I told her, I said, which this bitch, this fucking hygienist bitch. I said, I never floss and I never will ever floss for the rest of my life. And this is in the bag. And then there's this little baby thing of Crest Pro Health. Cavities, gingivitis, acid erosion, sensitivity. Fuck you. Fucking fuck you. You believe that? That's what I get for 200 and fucking. I get toothpaste, a toothbrush and toothpaste for fucking $262 fucking dollars, and my mouth is. So I call the pharmacy. I said, "You got a prescription for me down there?" No, I don't see anything here. Well, I think the receptionist said she was going to leave it on the answering machine. Well, hold on. We'll see if we can get somebody to check the messages. I'm on hold for 5 or 10 minutes. Ridiculously long time. Someone comes back on and said, she's checking the messages now. Could you hold a little longer? Meanwhile, there's fucking Muzak playing, right? They eventually come back on and said, yes, it could be ready for you within the hour or so. I go, come on, man, you got to do better than that. This is fucking penicillin, amoxicillin. These are off-the-shelf things. Ibuprofen, for fucking crying out loud. All right, I got things to do. It's late in the day. But at this point, it's 3. My appointment was at noon. This is by now it's 3 something. I said, I'll be walking down. Just get it ready within the half hour. So I walk down there in the fucking rain, and each step I'm taking, this tooth is like, gang, 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 gong, gang, 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 gang. I go in, I had to wait. They weren't ready when I got there. So I had to wait to the side, and there's a line of people. So eventually I get my shit, and then I got to walk uphill in the rain home. I mean, this fucking thing is fucking out of fucking control. I mean, are you guys getting this shit? I mean, this is fucking insane. I mean, it's
really funny. Really funny.
Yeah, it's really fucking funny, man. So yeah, I was basically...
You're now in a different continuum than the world. You're now in a different continuum.
Yeah, so I'm in a different fucking continuum, right?
Attention, people of Earth, I have an important announcement to make.
Right. So I come home and I pop an amoxicillin, penicillin knockoff, whatever the fuck it is, and take one of these ibuprofen useless things. I don't know. What the fuck? Right? And I eat some crackers and shit. You know, fuck it. They didn't do anything in my mouth. I'm starving like a motherfucker. I figured through all this walking around and shit, I should have lost all this weight too. Like I should have at least taken 2 pounds off. This morning I weighed myself. It's like I was expecting to be 2 pounds lighter. Right? Because I didn't eat hardly anything yesterday and I walked miles and miles. It was a fucking insane thing and I gained weight. So who knows? My stomach actually feels bloated. Well, anyway, so for breakfast, I intentionally didn't put yogurt in my oatmeal. I have oatmeal in the morning with some blueberries and stuff. I eat a healthy diet. That's the whole thing, right? And, you know, because I had checked and it had said, even though it said so then I found this other site. While I'm eating my oatmeal, I'm just like looking around just to see whatever. I found out you could drink on penicillin and stuff. I was told that if you drank on it like that the wives' tale, that like it neutralized the effects, but apparently it doesn't. You could get drunk off your ass. They say moderation. So I'm eating this fucking thing. Okay, fiber may stimulate the growth of beneficial bacteria in the gut. People should avoid high-fiber foods while taking antibiotics, as they may affect how the stomach absorbs the medicine. However, once a person finishes the full course of antibiotics, eating fiber can help restore benefit. Can help. Foods rich in fiber are berries and whole grains. I'm fucking eating whole grain fucking oats with fucking blueberries in it while I'm reading this. But like the other sites on the internet, they were saying you didn't need to avoid any foods. Not even dairy and stuff. And this page is medical news today, and there's some doctor up there. It was written by some, not a PhD, MD. So that means the pill I took this morning, right before I ate this, is probably useless, as they may affect how the stomach absorbs the medicine. Now, again, another crack at this fucking doctor. She never told me anything about that. She didn't even spend any time with me because her and the hygienist probably had me out as some, this is a man. We don't like men. And I'm not talking about a lesbian thing. No, they weren't lesbos. No, this is like, Man Haters Club of America, right? Real men, real men. manly men. A guy who stands up for his fucking rights. A guy who has a brain, right? You know, who knows a little bit about health and his own body. So what an irresponsible bitch. What an irresponsible cunt. I mean, she's like a fucking cunt. Right? You know, fuck her. Why didn't you see what I mean? These doctors, they're fucking assholes. Does that word offend you out there? Are you any female listeners? I don't think I have any female listeners. So I just fucking wasted breakfast and wasted a fucking pill. All right, but the story's not over. So I take these antibiotics, I guess, for the next 9 days. You know, I guess yesterday was beginning of day 1. It's 5:55 a.m. Eastern time. Wednesday, hump day. My advice is to find somebody and hump them. Hump them good. And I got this fucking tooth in my mouth. And I spent $262 fucking dollars. For what? For x-rays, some toothpaste, a thing of fucking, whatever the fuck you call that. What do they even call it again? Floss, right? Is that what it is? Original floss. I don't use any of these. I mean, maybe the toothbrush, but I always have a couple extra toothbrushes in my shit because I'm fucking prepared for everything. $262 for a fucking toothbrush and a sample pack of floss and some fucking Crest toothpaste. I don't use Crest toothpaste. I use xylitol. I told the doctor about xylitol. Do you know about xylitol? She didn't even fucking know what I was talking about. Hygienist thought it was a fucking sugar, just a sugar substitute. See, they're not even up on the latest journals. I said, don't you read the journals? That really pisses them off. See, they think they know something. They don't know jack shit. Right? There's nothing worse than fucking degreed fucking people. I know, because I fucking was a fucking supervisor around a bunch of Columbia University. All right? It's like, it's what you teach them. You know, the real experiential stuff. It's not this fucking, the degree's not worth shit. Oh, in the world, people look at, oh, geez, master's degree, PhD, oh, doctor, DDS, yeah, great. Fuck you, that means nothing. Yeah.
Good morning. Really funny. Really funny.
It ain't funny. Coffee's like. Coffee's no longer hot. The stuff that was in the carafe was no longer hot. And I had spoken with 2 people yesterday on the phone prior to going to this thing. And I told them exactly what was going to happen. And they said, oh, you're nervous. Or you're like, I said, look, I know. I know. You see this right here? Where is it? There. That's nothing. That's just a discolorization on my mustache. Sometimes people think it's a snot or something. It's not. It's like I have a salt and pepper thing. I clean it out so people don't think, you got something weird on your nose. There's nothing there, see? Just a discolorization. Salt and pepper. This is a beard. What looks weird on the side. The camera doesn't pick it up. Piece of shit camera. Piece of shit computer. Piece of shit microphone. Well, anyway.
Quality, quantity, and variety.
ROCKFLUX.
Let's get this show on the road.
So, yeah, it was my worst nightmare realized. I go to the dentist, spend $262, which is a lot of money for a guy who's living at the poverty level. And who nobody buys their books or does anything. And I got a pain in my thing. Yeah. They didn't do anything for me. And the ibuprofen or whatever, if I keep popping those things, I'll be constipated and have some kind of, not only is my microbiome being, destroyed by taking this penicillin shit, but I'll end up with like leaky gut from having, shit piling up for the next fucking week because I have to take pain pills. And don't tell me, take a laxative. Fuck that, man. Do you know the price of toilet paper these days? Take a freaking laxative. It's like you take a crap, you use an entire roll of toilet paper. This is a brutally honest show, and I have a tooth fucking ache. I went to a dentist yesterday, and they're scam artists. This bitch, all right, is a scam artist. Everyone has to have a teeth cleaning and an x-ray before, no matter who it is. Everybody does. I came here to have a tooth extraction. It says on your website that's what you do. Yeah, but everyone has, but they lead you on like as if, okay, well, once you get this done, we'll take the tooth out. And then they send me home. And then, the doctor gives me, just to get me out of the fucking back part of the fucking office, says, well, yeah, once you're on these things for a day or two, then we can extract the tooth. And so I go talk to whatever, Amanda or whoever the fuck was in the front. And, so I'm writing the check, and she said, gives me the appointment. So the doctor said she's going to take this out in a day or two. Let me check the schedule here. The earliest date we have open is November 22nd. And I could see this dentist, you see the tropical, like, decor on this business card. Like I said, I should have done this in color because her whole office is all like, whatever. She probably has a place in Hawaii or something. She's probably going to leave on the 22nd to go to some island or something. And they're going to call me like the day before and say, the doctor's going to be out for a week. We rescheduled you for like December 22nd. In which case, I guess I need to just take my vice grips, dip it in fucking, 70% alcohol, clamp it around the tooth, and pull the fucking thing out myself and jam up some fucking cotton in there. Which I probably should do like today. right? While I'm on fucking, antibiotics, right? So that I can fight off any infection. See, you don't pull a fucking tooth a month after my microbiome is recreated by then, right? And I've got bacteria floating all over my fucking body, good bacteria and bad bacteria, because we're fucking. That's what we are. We're one big bacterial fucking thing. We're just filled with virus and bacteria. That's the whole idea. That's what herd immunity is all about. Is the idea is that you've got all these things that are interacting with one another. People are fucking morons. They're fucking morons. And they've got fucking letters behind their name as if they're important. Hey, I went to fucking college. I taught at a fucking major Ivy League university. Fuck you, man. I know all about this shit. I wrote 10 fucking books. Yeah, I'm tooting my fucking horn. Fuck you. Here's what I wanted to say the other day. Yeah, I'm one of the under the radar, truly legendary pop cultural figures you never heard of. Well, you heard of me if you're watching this. This is a book. You see? It's a book. It's paper. My name is on the book. There's pictures in there. There's even a picture of my cat in this book. It's an interesting book. You want to learn about me? Read the book. There's that fucking thing I was talking about the other day. That's how long I've been involved with computers. That's a fucking key punch card. Has the education indoctrination system been so successful in conditioning and programming the last two generations to be obedient servants to the authoritarian regime masquerading as government? Is the daily propaganda aired on cable and mainstream media so powerful that it has people behaving like characters in the book 1984, War is Peace, Freedom is Slavery, Ignorance is Strength, etc.? My predictions. This book was written. This is the South China Sea. There's Taiwan down there. What does it say up there? Will there be war between China and the U.S.? If so, it'll be the South China Sea over Taiwan. I wrote this book prior to China sending all those military jets over Taiwan. How'd I know that? You people are fools, man. People are fucking fools. I hand you the fucking entire world on a fucking silver platter, everything about life, tell you everything you need to know, and you fucking don't even pay attention. Don't even fucking pay attention. Maybe this will help light up. There we go. Now the skull's lit up a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. You want to get on with the show? On with the Bugs Bunny show. Donovan. Now, Donovan's greatest hits, man. Mellow Yellow, Sunshine Superman, Hurdy-Gurdy, man. Do you know what a hurdy-gurdy is? It's a weird fucking instrument. There's a whole story about that. Dude, go down the rabbit hole about the hurdy-gurdy. That's like a crazy, crazy-ass story about what a hurdy-gurdy is. It's a very strange instrument. Epistle to Dippy, Wear Your Love Like Heaven, which was like a makeup, ended up being like a makeup ad in the 70s. Wear your love like heaven. And it was like, Jennifer Juniper, Colors, Catch the Wind. I have a song, Catch the Wind, too. I think some people mistake it, because I've had more numbers on that than I probably should have. There Is a Mountain, Season of the Witch, La Lena. Bonus tracks, Atlantis. Ricky Tikki Tavi. Donovan. Anyway, if you don't know this album, all right, then you need to listen to it. This is a blast. This will take you back. This is like, Donovan's in his own world. Donovan, it's a very interesting music. It's a different time. It's a different place. Very good songwriter. I have a story that I really can't get into about an artist that I was working with, and we were going to trying to get Donovan involved in it. We were covering a Donovan song, blah, blah, blah. But I don't want to get into it. So I have like a personal connection here, but it's from years ago. It's like 30 years ago. But anyway, I highly recommend this. This is, even though it's a greatest hits album, so obviously it's not like saying, well, an album. But if you got your voice assistant or whatever the hell, or just buy the fucking thing, you could listen to every song on here is good. Every song on here is good. Donovan's greatest hits. I'm going to listen to it. I'll probably listen to it today at some point when I'm eating something. But you see, the thing is, I'm not going to take this off just yet. Screw that. I make these soups. Broccoli is like an anti-cancer thing. I'm a cancer survivor. I eat like broccoli every day. There was, things that further up on this page was things like garlic, like everything I eat. Has the potential to interfere with this fucking amoxicillin, penicillin, and all these fucking antibiotics. And that doctor didn't tell me anything. Like she didn't say. She didn't talk to me. And then you get the internet. Like, what do you fucking believe? Anyway, Donovan. I don't know if I have any Donovan stuff on here. Let's see. I don't know what the hell's going on with this fucking computer, man. It's like, I got, let's see, music. 1,473 songs, could play nonstop for 4.2 days. And every time I search for a fucking song, I can't find it on this one. So I don't know what to do. Donovan's greatest hits, highly recommended album feature of the day on Tony Caravan Live. All right. Highly recommended.
You're listening to Tony Caravan Live.
And I guess I'll need to make like some kind of music cut thing for that feature. Right. Oh, by the way. You don't know what you don't know. See, I wear my own shirts. I buy them. This is a very comfortable shirt, by the way. So, happy Halloween, man.
If I may, to take you on a strange journey.
Hello. I know. I do it every day. So let's cut into the live news feed right now.
At this point, there is no really authentic way for us to say who or what to look for and guard yourself against. Misshapen monsters. Reaction of law enforcement officials is one of complete bewilderment at this hour. So far, we have been unable to determine that any kind of organized investigation is yet underway. Police, sheriff's deputies, and emergency ambulances are literally deluged with calls for help. The scene can best be described as mayhem. Mayors of Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and Miami, along with the governors of several eastern and midwestern states, have indicated the National Guard may be mobilized at any moment, but that has not happened as yet. The only advice our reporters have been able to get from official sources is for private citizens to stay in their homes behind locked doors.
Happy Halloween. So, yeah, I'm not having a happy Halloween. I'll be taking antibiotics. And I don't even know if they're going to work. Because it seems like everything that I eat, you know, let me see. Let's try this thing. New tab or new window. Let's see if I could find my history here. What to eat on antibiotics was like yeah, this is the thing. I don't want to join you. Let's go to display capture, properties, what to eat before and after treatment. So let's take a look at this. I don't want to accept cookies. This is this new thing now. They're fighting back. Because I have this cookie blocker thing. I'm not accepting it. You know? So this is written by Dina Westphalen, Farm D, written by Amanda Barrell on July 5th, 2018. Anyway. I don't know what Farm D is. Does that mean she's a pharmacist? I don't know. Right? Let's look. Farm D. Dr. Dina Westphalen is a pharmacist who now works. Okay. So she's a fucking pharmacist. What should you eat while taking antibiotics? All right. Are a type of medication to fight bacteria. They work either by killing bacteria or stopping it from reproducing. They cause bloating, all this kind of stuff. Okay, I'm not worried about any of that. Eating the right fruits can help prevent bothersome side effects. I'm not worried about that either. What to eat during and after taking antibiotics. A person has trillions of bacteria. We know that. Okay. Probiotics are live microorganisms commonly known as healthy bacteria. They can help reduce side effects of antibiotics such as bloating and diarrhea. While research about probiotics and antibiotics is still inconclusive, studies suggest, with a check mark, that taking probiotics is a safe way to prevent antibiotic-related diarrhea. Antibiotics can kill beneficial bacteria in probiotics. So it's advisable to take the two a few hours apart now. After finishing a course of antibiotics, taking a mixture of probiotics can also help restore the balance. After finishing a course, though. So here's where the contradictions begin. Antibiotics can kill beneficial bacteria in probiotics. So it's advisable to take the two a few hours apart. So they're saying maybe a couple hours from now, I could take some probiotics. Now, okay. Now that's probiotics. Now here's prebiotics. Prebiotics are food for the beneficial bacteria that live in the gut. Feeding beneficial bacteria before and after taking antibiotics can help bring the balance back to the gut. That means like before the red, So I'm not some foods. So I shouldn't take garlic, onions. Manufacturers sometimes add prebiotics to foods such as yogurt, cereals, fermented foods like sauerkraut and pickles. Yeah, that's just what I eat. Fermented foods also include yogurt, sour dill pickles, nothing like a kosher dill pickle, vitamin K. Antibiotic fights all kinds of bacteria, even those. Some bacteria produce vitamin K, which the body needs to make blood clot. Kale, I eat kale. And here's the part I've shown you. People should avoid high fiber foods while taking antibiotics, as they may affect. Some foods interfere with the effectiveness. These include, well, I'm not going to eat grapefruit. Do you see how this is all like, also indicates that some foods forwarded with high dose of calcium, such as orange juices, can interfere with the absorption of certain antibiotics. Alcohol. It is sensible to avoid alcohol while taking medication. In most cases, moderate drinking will not interfere with antibiotics, but it may worsen the side effects. Well, I don't give a shit about that. Probiotics and prebiotics can also help reduce the side effects of antibiotics. So do you understand what I'm trying to say here? This tells you fucking nothing. Right? Other than in this one, it's telling you should avoid high fiber foods like berries and whole grains, which I already had and ate literally right after taking a pill this morning. To reduce the impact of antibiotics on vitamin K levels, people can eat kale. So does that mean I can eat kale? Fermented foods are a good source of beneficial bacteria. But the point is this for me to take after I'm done so I could rebuild my gut bacteria? And what's with this prebiotic shit? You see, the internet is so full of fucking shit. Now let's go further through my history. Let's go to show full history. Because I went to a different place. What foods to avoid while eating amoxicillin? Are there any foods I should avoid? Should I avoid things like cheese, ice cream, dairy, or other products while I take amoxicillin? Official answer. Official answer now. Who's this official? No, there are no food restrictions while taking antibiotic amoxicillin. All right? Do you see what I mean? What the fuck? 6 foods to eat while taking antibiotics and to avoid. All right, let's look at this. Bloating, diarrhea, abdominal pain. I'm not worried about any of that shit. Why? I don't care about that. The best foods to eat while taking antibiotics. Good news. Certain foods support good bacteria levels in your body. These are the best foods to eat while taking antibiotics. By eating them, you reduce or eliminate the side effects. Most of these contain either probiotics or prebiotics. A few of the most common foods are prebiotics, building blocks of a healthy gut, yogurt, probiotics, yogurt and fermented milk, soy products, food high in K, coconut oil. What foods not to eat? Grapefruit, excess calcium, alcohol because of side effects, sugars, and yeast. For some patients, especially women, antibiotic uses may lead to yeast infections. So I don't worry about that. Taking antibiotics properly. However, that doesn't necessarily mean you'll feel them right away. Don't end treatment early. Always finish the treatment. Never double up. Women, antibiotics reduce the effectiveness of birth control. Conclusion. Doctors and researchers are now working on hard to reduce the risk of antibiotic resistance each year. Rest assured, blah, blah, blah. 53 comments. Is Rice Krispies okay to eat on antibiotics? These poor bastards. The key is to lower your fiber intake. I totally fucked that up. I had a major fiber breakfast. I had apple and fucking oatmeal. Right? Check the labels. Can you eat shrimp? Low fiber intake. Carbs turn to sugar. No, this doesn't happen from antibiotics. Is drinking water good? You see what I'm trying to say here? The internet. Fucking internet. It contradicts itself. I mean, did you get a clear-cut answer from that? I mean, the only thing clear is that I fucked up by eating this high-fiber breakfast this morning. The coffee's colder than room temperature. So what do you do when you have these doctors that are just in it to collect hundreds of dollars from, people? Dental hygienists. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that got, goofers with the green teeth. You know that line from Jay Giles' band, Live. But not people like me. I've brushed my teeth, My gums are, pink or whatever, the right color. Don't you think that they should have given me a list? I looked in the paper that came with the prescription, right? To see if there was anything to avoid, whether even to eat it with or without food. And there was nothing. They don't even do that anymore. It's not even on the bottle. It just says take 3 times a day until finished. And then you look on the internet, and like I say, the only thing that seems to be something that was confirmed, at least on those 2 sites. But I've often said this before. You go to 20 sites before you could really, and then your head's in a blender. So I still don't understand. So what am I supposed to eat? What should I eat today? Can I eat a cheese? Eat a cheese sandwich or something? Can I have, I eat weird shit. Like I'm a health nut, but I'm not like, like weird, like I buy weird stuff. Like what people say is healthy. I buy real health. I know real healthy. I'm a fucking gardener. All right. I grow my own fucking food. As far as kale's concerned, I have fucking fresh kale leaves right out front. I'm going to grab them. I could put that in a sandwich. I got cheese in my refrigerator. It's dairy. I don't know. Cultured. I could make a cheese sandwich. I like German sauerkraut. I have that in the refrigerator. You know, I have yogurt in there. And I've got all these vegetables, but they're, see, in the fiber, they're fiber. I bought fresh fucking, I've got broccoli. I got beans from my backyard. Those are, those are legumes, Apples are fiber. I ate an apple and blueberries in my oatmeal, man. Fuck, I had like a fiber fucking, a bowl of fucking fiber this morning. So that totally negated that entire fucking pill I took, 5 minutes before I ate this bowl of fiber. They didn't tell me I couldn't eat fucking fiber. And I was waiting for this fucking Mac. I actually, before I came in, I turned on my computer, but this cocksucking fucking computer takes it's like an old Windows machine. It takes forever to fucking warm up. So I fucking made my breakfast while I'm waiting for my computer to warm up. Otherwise, if the damn thing would have started up, I would have checked that thing out first and then go, oh, better not eat fiber. But I'm figuring, what harm could fiber? I mean, I intentionally didn't put yogurt in because somewhere in the back of my mind, I had this thing, well, that's a probiotic and you're taking an antibiotic. And it turns out, according to what we looked at, probiotics you can take, but a couple hours later. Maybe. I mean, is that true? I don't know. It contradicts what that pharmacist said. And this other one that said that was a professional thing but didn't list a doctor. Right? The fucking internet. It's like Wikipedia. They're just fucking people, some fucking goofballs fucking changing this shit to go with whatever they feel like doing. That's like, I'm telling you, it's a fucking saline solution. Mix and match. Mix and match. Take any booster. Doesn't matter. Of course it doesn't matter. It's a saline solution. I mean, Occam's razor. The simplest thing. How is that possible? You can't have a patented drug and, 3 different patented drugs and then mix and match them if they're all made different and different patents. Right? Do you understand what the fuck is going on in this fucking country, in this world right now? Is it a fucking dream? I got a fucking pain in my head from radiation. I got a pain in my mouth from a tooth that needs to be yanked. I'm yelling. I have booze in the refrigerator, but they're fermented beverages. And there was something about fermented beverages there. But then the other thing said about alcohol. What's the difference between beer, which is a fermented beverage, right? And alcohol? Does that mean I could fucking drink some, have some, scotch or Jack Daniels? But a beer might be as bad as having sauerkraut? Or were they saying sauerkraut is okay if it's 2 hours in between? But alcohol, is okay. I mean, what the fuck, man? My worst nightmare realized. I got a leaky fucking roof and I just wasted $265 or whatever the fuck it was. What was it? $262 to get a teeth cleaning and a free toothbrush. And x-rays. Like I need x-rays, dental x-rays. Because a lot of times they compare, like people who are in like high fly and stuff. They compare that to like so many dental x-rays. Because dental x-rays are intense, man. That's fucking, And CT scans are fucking intense, and I just had one. I've had 2 CT scans in the past couple months. But I'm doing the right thing, right? I tried to do the right thing. See, it's not like some hypochondriac, right? Or some idiot who goes to the dentist and thinks they have to have their teeth cleaned twice a year or 4 times a year. I'm like, fuck that. No, I brush my teeth. I'm my own dental hygienist. No, I went to the dentist because I had a toothache and it could be a serious issue. And yes, you could have serious gum, infections. It could get into your sinuses, all kinds of weird shit. I'm aware of that because I fucking read shit. So I did the right thing. I went to a dentist and said, look, here, I got a bad tooth. They agreed. But instead, all they did was fucking clean my teeth, take some x-rays, gave me some antibiotics, and said, well, maybe a month from now we'll take the tooth out, but it's possible and most likely that you're back, that thing's gonna, if it's a abscess or something like that 3 weeks after you're off of those antibiotics, that thing's gonna fucking start going wacko again. Once I get back in, having probiotics and shit in my system. And so what am I supposed to do? Repeat the whole thing again? I'm going to go in there and they're going to say, we'll have to take an x-ray. That's going to cost another couple $100. Let's see if there's any, since it's been a month, let's see if there's any abscess up there before we pull the tooth. Let's irradiate you more. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to take you're gonna have to take antibiotics for another 10 days, through Thanksgiving, through the holidays, December, and come back after New Year's. I mean, this could go on forever. Do you see the insanity here? I mean, we're talking on multi-levels. We're talking the internet conflicting information. We're talking doctors who don't want to talk to you. I didn't pay $262 to see a dental hygienist. I don't even know what this doctor looked like. She's wearing a mask, but I mean, I don't think she said more than 3 or 4 words to me other than, well, yeah, and after a couple being on it for a few days, we could remove the tooth. Go see someone, the receptionist. I could put you on the she goes, well, we could put you on the cancellation list too. But I first have to make you an appointment so you could be on the cancellation list. How many other people are on the cancellation list, right? That aren't men. It was all women in that place. It was Men Haters Club of America. A woman came out who had work done before me. A woman was waiting in the waiting room. The receptionist was a woman. The hygienist was a woman. The doctor is a fucking woman. Though there was some old man on a chair as I passed by. But like I say, he looked like a very old man. So I guess he was harmless in their mind. Right? Grandfatherly type. Old badger, codger, whatever. Codger. Badger.
Hey, it's me. How you doing, man?
Well, it's like the title card says, my worst nightmare has been realized. I do not know what to do. It's going to rain this weekend. I'm going to go up and spray. It's liquid rubber in a can. That lying son of a fucking bitch, multimillionaire, but lying. It's like rubber in a can. I sprayed some on it yesterday. You know those commercials that shows like him taking this stuff like and like putting it on. The water's flowing out and he just puts this on and it stops it. Whatever he fucking did, that's all fucking camera trick photography and shit. CGI. I had water leaking through like a screw in my roof, a nail through my roof, right? And I sprayed it with that shit yesterday when I, earlier on. And when I came back after this whole traumatic experience, I went up. This is hours later. It should have dried by then. And I mean, this is like a pinhole. And it was fucking leaking. Enough that the leak is causing a problem that the roof in my fucking bedroom might fucking fall down now. So you got to deal with that shit. And it's ice cold up there in that third floor attic. And every time I go up, whatever, no matter what you wear, it's like you have to throw it away. It smells, and the entrance to the attic is through my bedroom. So this chemical smell of all these chemicals I've used to try to like stop these leaks. And then I have to dump these buckets out the side window. Because they fill up with water. Because, it's a fucked up fuck. I could see why some people put, like, do not watch this show. Turn back, oh man. Your
papers, please.
It's like they didn't even ask me for my papers. That was the funniest thing. Like, what's up with that, too? I'm starting to wonder about that, too. It's like some places, this is like a pretty much fucked up state, but they didn't really make a big deal about that. In other words, they should have. I mean, if the thing is like what it is, how are they all so self-assured? Right? These are medical people. How are they so assured that they weren't going to get something from me? It's interesting. Right? What do they know? Why are all these nurses and doctors quitting and shit? What do they know that we're not being told? See, I never thought these things lasted that long. That's that whole idea. This whole idea of these variants and all this stuff. It's like, this thing's been around for 2.5 years. Created or not created, usually they don't last that long. Yeah, they mutate, but they usually mutate down to nothing. There's something fucking going on. Somebody's feeding the beast. You know what I mean? Like I think they're still producing the bioweapons. They're still releasing them. And I think they must be releasing it in like Western civilization, not in the Far East. Right? Like I said, I keep going back to Occam's razor. There's something fishy going on. Right? H1N1 was done. It's done. SARS-CoV-1 was done. It's done. The influenza, well, the flu is around every year. You get a fucking flu shot. Or you don't. But whatever. So what's this? 2.5 years on. Like, what is it? And why is there still a flu shot? And what the fuck's in the flu shot? Right? What the fuck's in the flu shot? What flu is that? See what I mean? That's what I say. You don't know what you don't know. That's why I'm wearing a shirt, you know? Well, it's hard to see. You don't know. Get the fucking shirt. Wear it. We need to get this word out, man. Let people see this. I mean, ask these fucking questions. Why does coffee get colder than room temperature? Doesn't make any sense. It's colder than room temperature. It's cold on my lips as if there was an ice cube in there. But it started out hot. How is that fucking possible? It's cold to the touch. This isn't cold to the touch. It's room temperature. You say? So how's that possible? Right? How is that fucking possible? How can my coffee get colder than room temperature when it was hotter than hot? How do you know it's the year 2021 and not 1521? You don't know. You don't know what you don't know. It sounds crazy. Of course it does. Of course it does. Of course it sounds crazy, man. Because it is fucking crazy. You know? Yeah, I know. It's fucking crazy.
Good thing that I don't have dangerous brain powers, or right now you'd be in 1,000 little pieces.
It's an excursion into the odd and into the very, very different.
Go ahead and shoot. You'll be doing me a favor.
Get some. Get some. Get some. Get some.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Get some. Get some.
I fear no evil.
I'll tell you, man.
I am your main connection to the switchboard of souls. I'm the magic man.
It's gonna rain all fucking weekend long. I'm on antibiotics. I don't know what food I can or cannot eat. I don't know what to do, and I'm gonna be emptying buckets.
Let's get this show on the road.
Yeah, we'll get the show on the road. Why not? How about this?
You're fired.
Why are you telling us this?
I'm telling you this because you need to wake up, people.
Hello. 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 Hello.
I just thought we'd take a round through the sound effects. It's not even it. I haven't even scratched the surface of the crap I have laying around there. So, yeah, this was like that thing. It was a strange journey. Live. What a beautiful choice. I don't even know why I do this stuff anymore. I really don't. I mean, I don't know why I do anything anymore. I mean, the whole thing, it's just so absurd. It's like, what is it? You know? It's just things are so fucked up. I see these people doing these things and they've got these brightly lit sets and they're doing this stuff and they're like, you know, talking about going having wine and these different things and stuff. It's like, must be nice. I mean, I don't know. I gotta like calculate when the next time I take my pill is. And I'm not really hungry. I ate breakfast. Let's see. I took it at 4. If I wait till you take them 3 times a day, because I get up at around 4. I mean, 3. I'm usually up out of bed by 4-ish. Sometimes earlier, sometimes a little later, but mostly earlier. So if I do the 8-hour thing, 4, that would be noon. So if I go by this one thing we read, which I showed you, I guess hopefully if I'm hungry by, it's only like frickin' 6:50 a.m. right now. It's coming on 7 o'clock. Sun doesn't even rise for another 45 minutes or more. But hopefully around 10 o'clock, I guess I'll be hungry, so I'll eat something around then. That'll be a couple hours before I take another pill. Though the pill says take a snack or something with it to avoid whatever. Man, I have no fucking idea what I'm supposed to do. I mean, what do you do when your worst nightmare's realized? What do you do when you're always right? You know? You know, the world's going to fucking end in 20 years anyway, or sooner. It could end tomorrow. The sun's fucking out of control. This earthquake thing is fucking spewing up shit. The conveyor. Oh, yeah. Yesterday I watched my show. I accidentally said Pacific when I was referring to the conveyor. So if you're one of those people, it's the Atlantic conveyor. That was just a slip of the tongue. Happens. You know, you're talking nonstop for 2 hours straight. It's like, you slip up on something. Because I was thinking Pacific, because I had just been previously talking yesterday about in the Pacific, that plastic island of, discarded plastics in the Pacific. And so I said Pacific, but I meant it when I was talking about the conveyor stopping and the northern hemisphere becoming fucking, a frozen wasteland. I meant the Atlantic. With all these volcanic ash and all this shit going on. It's getting colder. I listen to NOAA weather radio, which you could get at Great Solar Stuff, which you really fucking should. I don't know why you don't. What's this daily photo thing? Oh, that's that fiber fucking thing. Can't fucking believe that, man. I can't fucking believe it. It wasn't included with the, with anything, with the prescription, get some great solar stuff. Because things are getting fucked up out there. All right? Things are getting fucked up. And you really got to think about it. Freedom is fun, man. Shit. It's so hard. I want to make sure that you can read that this is greatsolarstuff.com. My worst nightmare realized. Anyway, I don't know. It's the end of civilization as we know it. I mean, it's the former United States. Western civilization has fallen. We've got the lunatics running the asylum. And the medical profession is just a waste of time. You know, all of these things I say are generalizations. And you know that, right? You understand that. I'm generalizing. You know, there are exceptions to everything I say. You know, there are great doctors. I could think of three really good doctors right off the top of my head that I've had experience with. Three very good. A very fine surgeon and two other medical doctors. You know, very fine people, very educated, have my total respect, you know. So, you know, it's like I'm generalizing when I'm talking about these quacks and these fucking idiots. And it's the same with nurses. You know, I was in the hospital. I spent almost a half a year in the hospital, you know, when I had some problems a couple of years ago. 3 years ago now, I think it was. Before all this bullshit. Lucky it was before this bullshit because, you know, I didn't have to put, you know, it was a lot. But there were like great nurses and, you know, really, really fucking great nurses. I mean, like dedicated, cool, you know, people deserving of, you know, of your respect, admiration, the whole 9 yards. So I'm generalizing when I'm talking about some of these people, you know. So don't get me wrong, you know. And I know there's even some people that pursue government, law enforcement, and even political careers that, you know, have good intentions in mind when they do that. But generally speaking, I'm generalizing. But the vast majority, all right, are just fuckers, right? Are just in it for the money, the power, or bullshit, or they're bullshitting. And it doesn't take away from the fact that this country's become a corporatocracy, right? Or technocracy, whatever you want to call it. And I know there's all these things going on in the background now, you know, that people have hope that there's like the empire striking back. And I don't mean, you know, I said that before, and I don't mean as if the people striking back are the empire. I just mean it's like, you know, the empire in terms of just like the Star Wars reference, not as if they're stronger than those in power, because the people in power are the true empire. Right, you know. But, you know, there's all these little things like Rubin selling locals to Rumble, you know. And even that whole Trump thing that seems to have gotten capitalized in the billions and stuff. And there's this attempt to basically push back against big tech media and, you know, out of control lying media like C fucking NN or CN fucking N or whatever you want to fucking call it. And that puts a lot of hope in people's minds and stuff like that. And I don't want to fucking rain on your fucking parade or anything. But just be aware of all this shit. Be aware that the fucking sun's basically on the verge of fucking exploding. And get your great solar stuff. Okay? Because this is going to be a rough winter, man. And from here on in, it's going to be rough. We're in for some hard times. And we can't trust the internet information. We can't trust the media. You don't know what you don't know. Everything you know in most cases is wrong. And already in a lot of instances, it's already game over. So, you know, be afraid, be very afraid, be prepared, get some great solar stuff. And if you want to wake people up, get these shirts. You don't know what you don't know. Everything you know is wrong. Game over. I think I put the Freedom is Fun up there now. I think I did. I'm pretty sure. You know? But anyway, I'm approaching the 2-hour point, so I guess it's time to just end this thing.
Good morning.
Yeah, I do a Freedom is Fun. There's a dude, you know, on right here with it. I don't know how to send him to back. Let's see here. View. Source. Scene collection. Tools. Profile. I don't think there is a way of doing that. How did I do that? I guess I can't. Well. Try to keep these things as big as possible. Let me try. I'm going to mess with this. Now, you don't have to hang around for this if you don't want to. Let's see. Crop pad. All right. Left. 60. How about 90? About 120. About 130. About 140. You could see what's happening in real time. So I could put on the right 140. Close. And I'm trying to make these things as big as possible so you can like see them. So it doesn't matter. I guess I'll keep it in that corner. But get the shirt, you know? Get all the shirts. Get the books. Go to Great Solar Stuff. Look at that chick with the shopping bag. Isn't she hot? You know? My worst nightmare realized. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I don't know, about something. Probably the end of the world. Take care. Have a great